Hi, my name is Meg Edwards and I'm a GTD coach, and today I wanted to talk about projects, but I wanted to talk about projects in relation to the natural planning model, which is chapter 3 of the Getting Things Done book 2015 edition. I think that the natural planning model is something that people have either skimmed or completely missed. And I find that when people are creating their projects, David talks about horizontal focus and he talks about vertical focus. There's some projects where it's enough to just identify the project and the next action, put it in your trusted place, you're good to go, you don't think about it again, you got control over it. But then there's vertical focus, which is when you can benefit for some more thinking. So what I want to do is just read you this section on page 58. Because I think it's going to be really helpful for you to identify those projects that you're good to go with just horizontal focus. And then there's some projects that really could benefit from vertical focus. The key ingredients of relaxed control are first, clearly defined outcomes, projects, and the next actions required to move them towards closure. And second, reminders placed in a trusted system that is reviewed regularly. This is what I call horizontal focus. Although it may seem simple, the actual application of the process can create profound results. But then he goes into enhancing vertical focus. Horizontal focus is all you'll need in most situations, most of the time. Sometimes, however, you may need greater rigor and focus to get a project or situation under control, to identify a solution, or to enhance that all the right steps have been determined. This is where vertical focus comes in, knowing how to think productively in this more vertical way and how to integrate the results into your personal system is the second powerful behavior set needed for knowledge work. And then on the next page, on page 60, he starts about the whole natural planning model, which is first defining purpose and principles, outcome visioning, brainstorming, organizing, and next actions. And so have you experienced a project where you did the horizontal focus and it was still on your mind? This is where I want you to be like, ding, 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 ding. Wow, maybe I could go through the natural planning model. And I think that what David did was so brilliant because there are many, many companies that have project managers and project software for really, really big projects. We're not talking about that. We're talking about those projects that maybe you're hiring somebody and you're hiring somebody with a next action and yet it's still on your mind. But also maybe you need people's input and you are advocating for a role, but other people in the organization don't think that they need that person. And so going through the natural planning model could be really helpful of the why do we need this new person, right? I have clients that are expanding their businesses, and so they may be getting a new assistant or hiring a new salesperson or whatever that may be. And going through the natural planning model could be so helpful because once everybody's on board of the why we're doing this, then sometimes it's just so much easier. One of the things that I have experienced is some people have shared with me that they've gone halfway through a project and then this other division were like, hey, wait a minute, we didn't know about that. You need to stop. And they're like, wow, that wasn't very efficient and effective, and so forth. So one of the things that we're going to give you in this video is from our methodology guides. And in the methodology guides, we give you the steps to the natural planning model. But we're also going to include the project brainstorming trigger list. Now, this is in David's third book, Making It All Work, and it's not included in David's first book, Getting Things Done. So we want to include this because when you're brainstorming, sometimes this is a fabulous trigger list to look at. Whose input could we use? Whose input do we need? Are there any executive issues, administrative issues, finance issues, operational issues, quality, politics, shareholders, legal, space, research, public relations, risk, creative thinking? So if you are finding that your project, when you do maybe your next weekly review, and that project's still on your mind, maybe you want to read or reread chapter 3 and go through the natural planning model and do that vertical focus thinking to get better control over that project so that you feel you're more in the driver's seat of that project with that next action as well. So, as always, would love to hear any questions that you have, any reflections that you have about this, any experience that you've had with the natural planning model, and how you have found that really beneficial. And I look forward to hearing from you. Okay, have a wonderful day. Bye. For more GTD resources, please visit gettingthingsdone.com and David Allen's YouTube channel. For more information on GTD coaching, please email us at info@gtdfocus.com or visit our website at gtdfocus.com.